Hey guys, welcome. I hope you're all staying cool. You're enjoying your summer. I just went camping this weekend, but got home a few hours ago. And I start at a new school tomorrow with new teacher training, so I just lost 3 weeks of my summer off, but that's okay. I'm excited about going to this new school. But yeah, so I got home a few hours ago from camping, and I was doing food prep, and then I'm going to talk to you about hydrating food, especially during the summer. So I know if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's winter for you, but this is still helpful when you do heat up in about 6 months. Um, and I did post something in this group too about your thoughts and feelings or words that come up when you're thinking about your nutrition journey and is it easy for you? Is it hard for you? Do you feel overwhelmed? You don't know where to begin? Um, stuff like that, just so I can see where you guys are, where you're coming from. So I'm going to talk to you about, like I said, hydrating foods. So these foods will keep you cooler because they have more liquid in them, I guess you could say, just so that way, in this hot weather, not only drinking enough, which is super important, but also eating, and that'll just help cool you off too. Everyone knows, like, if they eat ice cream, all of a sudden they just feel, cooler. Same with these healthy foods, okay? So we all have our best intentions with our water intake. You may be great at getting your water in each day, or you may need a little help remembering to stay hydrated. There's a lot of water bottles that have lines to remind you. There's apps, there's alarms in your phone. But either way, it's a daily task to remember to stay hydrated and avoid the repercussions of dehydration. Because a lot of times, by the time you're dehydrated, it's too late. Like, some people end up having to go to the hospital and get an IV because they're just too dehydrated. So one way to offset any lack of adequate water that you may be getting or not getting is to make sure the foods you eat are hydrating. So this doesn't mean to skip that glass of water. I drink a lot of iced tea, so that's just flavored water, so I drink that. But these delicious foods can be added to your plate daily to give you that hydration boost. Okay, so this will help on top of your water intake. Cucumbers, okay. When I buy cucumbers at the store, I pick them up and I make sure they're heavy because I know it has a lot of fluid in it and a lot of the what I need to cool me off. If it's light, that means it's dried out and it's not going to taste as good. So I always pick them up and make sure that it's really heavy because you know how water weighs, more. So they're not just good for salads. They're also ideal for adding more water into your day, just like I said. They're cooling and refreshing, that you can use it as a side on your salads, sandwiches, or as just a filling snack. A lot of times I'll just slice cucumbers. I grew up with my grandmother soaking them in like vinegar, so they're very tangy. Not apple cider, but just white vinegar. I also chop them up and put them on my hummus wrap because I have my homemade hummus and I take it for lunch. In fact, starting tomorrow I'll be taking my lunch to work. And I chop this up, so when I make my wrap when I get to work, I put the hummus on, then I put the chopped up cucumbers and the lettuce, and then I have my wrap. So cucumbers are an excellent way for hydration. They contain 95% water. So like I said, when I go to the store and I pick one up, if it's light, that means I know that it's dried out. So I always make sure it's a heavier one, okay? Little tip there. Oranges, oh my gosh, who doesn't love oranges? They're sweet and delicious, and they're a great way to get more water without actually drinking. They're perfect because they're portable. Like, you can throw it right into a lunchbox or a bag because it has the skin on it, the peel, so you don't have to worry about it getting all over everything. And then you just peel it when you're ready to eat it. They also contain vitamin C, so you get immunity boost while you're also hydrating yourself. Okay. But yeah, oranges are so easy because they don't make a mess until you open them. So they're easy to carry around. Watermelon. Everyone thinks of watermelon with hydration and foods that are full of a lot of water. Yeah, because even like, especially for diabetics, a lot of people think, oh, the sugar content is really high in watermelon. But when you think about it, it's mostly water. It's like, I don't know, it's almost 100% water that it dilutes that sugar content. So if you're diabetic, my husband eats watermelon all the time. He doesn't eat the whole watermelon at once, obviously, but it is a lower glycemic index food, even though it says that it's high in sugar because it has so much water in it. Okay, and everyone loves watermelon. You can already buy it chopped up or buy your own, the whole thing and cut it. You can get seedless, ones with seeds. Okay, it will curb your desire for something sweet because it is sweet, while cooling you down and refreshing you all at once. So it's also something that people add to smoothies too, without the seeds, obviously. But yeah, that would be a great thing to add to smoothies. Spinach, okay. I'm sure a lot of you probably don't think about spinach as a hydrating food, but if you've ever tried to saute spinach and it like shrivels up, so you know that so there's liquid in it, okay. So a lot of people use this for a base for their salads, like they do the spinach and they do kale and romaine and different lettuces, and it's hydrating even though it doesn't feel as juicy like a watermelon. But it has a lot of water by weight. Okay, and since it's a light leaf, it's not going to feel heavy, but it does have it based on its weight. But if you aren't a fan of the taste, put it in a smoothie with your watermelon, and you'll never know that it's there. I buy frozen spinach, and when I would juice my beets and my cucumbers and my apples and stuff, I would put that in there, and you wouldn't even know that it was there. It also has loads of other nutrients you need. So anything dark leafy green is for your immune system, for your colon, for everything. So it's a win-win with getting better hydration and nutrients. So spinach is really the way to go. All right, strawberries. Okay, they have a very high water content, measuring in at over 90% water. They taste great, as everyone already knows, and can be added to a lot of stuff like oats, yogurt, smoothies, or even on that spinach salad that we talked about. A lot of people will slice up the strawberries and put them right on there. They have, they're great for breakfast too. My daughter, if I buy some, she'll eat like the whole carton in like one sitting. But yeah, so most of these are like fruits and vegetables that are naturally hydrating. So they're healthy for you and they're going to cool you off. So it's not like you're having to always eat ice cream or junk food to cool you off. Okay, let's see. Infused water. I always have a picture of infused water in my refrigerator. Most of the time it's lemons and limes. But last week it was pineapples and strawberries. So there's so many different ways you can infuse water. You can put cucumber and mint in there. But it's also perfect for if you don't like the taste of water. This will give it that flavor so you can drink it better. Because a lot of people just don't like the taste of water. I drink water all the time, so I don't mind it. But some people use strawberry, basil, lemon. So strawberry and basil together, lemon and thyme, cucumber, mint, like I mentioned. But yeah, you can put anything in there that you want. If it's going to help you drink more water, then just, throw whatever fruit in there. And I have a special picture that has like the container in the middle that's attached to the lid where you put the fruit, and then you can pour it in the fruit, but you can still have the fruit all over throughout it. People do that all the time. People put it right in their glass. So hopefully this helps. All right. I know it's hot and some places it's humid. But there's a lot of, we need to be able to eat healthy food that also hydrates us. Because like I said, if you wait too long to get hydrated, you could end up in the hospital with an IV, and we don't want that. That costs money, and then you're around other people that are sick. So you don't want to even be like near the hospital if you don't have to. But yeah, if you have any questions about any foods that you think might be used for hydration, let me know. Also, again, my post I put on there, I'm looking for any feedback on where you struggle with improving your nutrition. you know that you want to do it, you sit down and you go, oh, I just don't know where to start, kind of thing. All right, so let me know, give me some ideas, and I will see you guys next week. All right, have a good week. Bye.